The IRS has in effect an offshore voluntary disclosure program. These initiatives enable the IRS to centralize the civil processing of offshore voluntary disclosures and to resolve a large number of cases without examination. Because the IRS and Department of Justice offshore enforcement efforts are expected to continue raising the risk of detection, it's been determined that a similar program should be available to taxpayers who want to voluntarily comply to get current, so to speak. So the objective remains the same as the 2009 and 11 programs, basically to bring taxpayers that have undisclosed foreign accounts, undisclosed foreign entities to avoid or evade tax into compliance with U.S. laws. The voluntary disclosure practice is a long-standing, let's say, program of the IRS criminal investigation, whereby criminal investigation, takes timely, accurate, and complete voluntary disclosures into account in deciding whether to recommend to the Department of Justice that a taxpayer be criminally prosecuted or not. The taxpayers with undisclosed foreign accounts or an entity should make a voluntary disclosure. Enables them to become compliant and avoid substantial civil penalties and generally eliminate the risk of criminal prosecution. Depending upon the taxpayer's particular facts and circumstances, there are a number of penalties that are assessed. There's a lot written on this subject. The penalty for failing to file the Form TDF 90-22-1 basically is the report of foreign bank and financial accounts, commonly known as FBAR. U.S. citizens, residents, and certain other persons must annually report their direct or indirect financial interest in or signature authority that is comparable to a signature authority over a financial account that is maintained with a foreign institution in a foreign country if the aggregate value of the foreign accounts exceeds $10,000 at any time during the year. The civil penalty for willful failure to file an FBAR report can be as high as the greater of $10,000 or 50% of the total balance of the foreign account violation. That's the most common penalty. There are about 6 other penalties as well, depending upon your foreign accounts. The package that you would need to submit must include copies of previously filed original and, if applicable, previously filed amended tax returns covered by the voluntary disclosure. And you got to go back like 7-8 years, usually. And again, these complete and accurate amended returns, if delinquent, for all the years covered. File complete and accurate original or amended offshore related information returns, namely these FBAR forms TDF 90-22.1. Cooperate fully, of course. Pay a 20% accuracy-related penalty. Pay failure to file penalties. Pay failure to pay penalties. And then pay in lieu of all other penalties that may apply. A 27.5% offshore penalty, which is of the highest aggregate balance in the foreign bank accounts or value of asset accounts, and then submit full payment for all this with the application. Now, there is a way and also an option to opt out of this voluntary disclosure program, which may be preferable to disclosing everything voluntarily. It's an irrevocable election by a taxpayer to have his or her case handled under the standard audit process. Basically, it removes the the taxpayer from the civil structure program, and now you're into the audit section, so to speak. So there's probably more oversight in this area. Now, this is a very involved area. I would be more than happy to talk to you about your particular case. My phone number is 303-447-1626. Thanks.